Yes, later. Can I have another round of questions, interventions from the floor? I want to get a final round from the floor. Yes, over there. Tracy?
Okay. My question is addressed to Mr. Tusken and the ambassador, Indian ambassador. It's rare that we have investors from two large economies in the same room. So at least we have the benefit of posing the question to both. My question is about, I noticed on the statistics from Turkey, in terms of trade and investment, very little for Southern Africa and Zimbabwe in particular. And the same question applies to India. My question is from an investor perspective, from an FDI as well as private sector trade is concerned, what would you say are the key barriers to trade? Why you have not up to now dealt with Zimbabwe that much? And in your response, yes, I know that you can't separate public and private sector, but if you could comment mainly on what the private sector can do to expedite and facilitate trade with both of your countries. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, interventions from the floor? This is the final round of this session. If there is nothing, I will ask you.
I have a company, joint venture company with Germans. So first, how it's starting? You are traveling, you are visiting, you are representing, you are showing yourself and your country's potential, and you need a time to know each other. This is one thing. And the country must be free for foreign investors. As I know, in this one rules, if I decide to come to this country, 51% must be against 100%. If you say just cities, seaside has advantage, but we have to work harder.
and 49%, clarification made by His Excellency, the President of Syria in the month of March. But I think the business does not work like that. Business to come into Zimbabwe to invest is a business decision, and they will take a call. It's not the Embassy of India or it's nor the government of India that will take a call. When the environment, business environment is conducive, even if we don't campaign, even if we don't, ask them to come in, they come in on their own. And this case of 41 and 51%, you can't just say that this is on case-to-case basis. You come and negotiate with the government. I think business does not work like that.
Thank you. Let me ask other panelists to also give their final shots. Thank you very much. So, in summary form, I think there are opportunities for India to help us in terms of dealing with helping our government in terms of the SME sector, and also we've seen that there are opportunities for us to collaborate with Turkey in terms of our industrialization and agriculture, and also that we can work with our universities, with HIT and other universities, in the process of retooling. I think some of the problems we've encountered with retooling, like in our case, getting a German technology and then discovering that we can't communicate with the Germans because of language, and then creating problems on the way may be avoided if we consult our universities. I know that I was talking to a colleague who also buy from Germany. They said that they've got German counterparts within their group who help them interpret the German language. So I think if you look at some of the technologies from Italy, from Japan, and so forth, I think there are a lot of collaborations even from India. We also bought a plant from India for our water plant. So I think, I know Turkey is the easiest European country to get a visa into. You can be denied by the British, you can be denied by other European countries, but it will be difficult to be denied by Turkey. So thank you, Turkey, for allowing us to come into your country easier than any other European countries. At this point, I would like to hand over to Kuda to do the other formalities. Let's clap our hands for our panelists and keynote speaker.
May I take this opportunity to also thank you, Mr. Nimaire, for coordinating or moderating this. Ladies and gentlemen, we would want to just do the formalities of showing some of our speakers and our panel.